What's going down, YouTube? It's your girl, Shannon Mack. My guest today hails from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He's also known as the Soca King, and you know him for his hit songs, Turn Me On and Drive Me Crazy. Ladies and gents, Kevin Lyttle is in the building. Welcome to another episode of Pedis and Mimosas. Welcome to Pedis and Mimosas, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
You just pretty much answered my first question. I was gonna be like, can you please put on the voice for me?
Yeah,
because your regular voice and your turn me on voice.
You know, I could put on a shaggy voice too. I could give you
Mr. Lava.
You want me to give you an elephant man?
Give me.
Shank him an ankle.
You got the lisp in there too.
Yeah. Okay.
Ellie, you need to be next on the show, okay? You listening, Elephant Man? You need to be next on the show. Yes. So, for those of you that are just getting hip to what Soca is, I want to let you, can you define Soca? Let's say people don't even know what Soca is. They should though, because Soca is super powerful. But put everybody onto what Soca really means. What's the true definition of Soca?
Wow. Soca, well, if you come from the Caribbean, Soca is how we enjoy life. Soca is carnival. Soca is calypso. Soca is soul. And now Soca is also R&B and pop. You know, Soca music has grown throughout the years. You know, originally it stems from calypso.
Yes.
Which, you know, Harry Belafonte with them is a, you know.
Yes.
And then
let's not forget Byron Lee and the Dragonaires.
Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, you know, they took a lot of the songs from all the different soca artists and made nice covers that stretched the music even further into the international realm.
My favorite is Tiny Whiny.
Tiny Whiny.
Don't put Tiny Whiny on around me.
Yeah. And then started coming people like Machel Montano, you know. But we can't talk about that until we talk about Sparrow. The mighty Sparrow.
Yep.
Living legend.
Yep.
The man who literally made soca and calypso, you know, kind of what it is for this current generation of people like myself and all the great artists in the Caribbean, you know.
Right.
I had the opportunity to meet him.
Yeah.
Extremely eloquent, extremely smart, and, you know, just a pleasure to be around. And the music, I think, started to change when he got into it. You know, it started to become more hip, more lively, more.
That's when they changed it to Soca, because calypso, they say Soca is the soul of calypso, right?
So I was coming to that, you know, so we started putting more singing onto the soca beats, because originally the soca beats was, a local commentary, you know, you're talking calypso, that is a local commentary. You're talking about what's happening in the community at carnival time. Is a chance for the local people to attack the minister of government and say, you need to build some roads. Such and such happening in the island that we don't like, you know? And then after now we started for the carnival, for fun and happy, we started singing more, putting more universal content onto the music. And that's where I think the soca music developed.
Yeah. That's what I love about soca. Soca's that feel-good music. Like, you could be in like a super bad mood. You turn on some soca. Turn me on.
You get turned on.
You want to sing something for us?
You want me to do that?
I want to hear that voice.
Cheers first.
Cheers.
Right. Cheers to Kevin Lyttle singing. Hold on.
Cheers to Kevin Lyttle singing.
What do you want me to sing?
Sing something. It doesn't matter. No, actually, you know what? Sing Turn Me On. Sing the beginning, the opening.
she makes sure she pulls for the hardest part of the song.
Go ahead, sing that part.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me hold you, go caress my body. You got me going crazy. You turn me on, turn me on. Let me jam you. Shannon got me going crazy. She turned me on.
Bullet, bullet, bullet. You sound exactly like the record, like for real.
Yeah. I tried to sound better, but I'm working on that stuff.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So what do you have going on right now? Because we know Turn Me On was from 2004. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you still making bread off of that song.
Oh no, I mean it's.
You're lying. I don't even believe you. You're lying. You're lying, Kevin.
No. When I say oh no, I mean I'm about to tell you that it's making more than bread.
Oh. Can I get
it's making picnic baskets.
Damn.
Restaurants.
Did you ever think that one record would like pretty much take care of you for this long?
Nah, man.
That's incredible.
When I did the record to actually take soca music to the international market, which has been kind of a thing that has been a problem for that genre of music. Mm-hmm. Simply because it has not become a genre because the music is only performed in Carnival. Every artist is preparing for Carnival. And hence, a lot of the associations internationally, the sales and stuff, it doesn't sell because of that. Mm-hmm. And in the Caribbean, the radio switch. Yeah. When after Carnival, it's back to the hip hop, the R&B, the dancehall, which we don't mind, but then they put the soca way down the line.
Sidebar: is the hip hop scene really like that in like St. Vincent and Grenadines? Is it like strong like that? Like how it is?
I mean,
really.
In Europe they say black music. They encompass everything, dancehall, soca, everything as black music. So I'm gonna use the term black music right now. Mm-hmm. The thing is that hip hop is a big part of music internationally. Right. And I think every country outside of America where there are black people, they idolize that because America is a country where you can become a star and you see people being a star in that genre of music and the culture is so, it is so televised worldwide that you can't help to be influenced by it. So you would walk up in a club and you would get the hip hop the same way, but you may find some songs that are big in America, big in the Caribbean, or big somewhere else. But you would still get the hip hop, you would get the dancehall, which Bob Marley made reggae music such a big genre, for the world. Hence, dancehall, the spin-off has gotten to that point too, because there's that Jamaican population all over the world,
Big up my Jamaicans.
Yeah, man, big up the Jamaicans and big up my Vinci people too. That we don't get,
shout out the Vinci people. Shout out all the Caribbean islands, all of them. So, soca is, there's not that many soca artists out there. How did you get the term Soca King? How did you get to earn it?
That's something that I have been.
You got haters because of it?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of hate because of it, but I didn't give myself it. When I came out with Turn Me On, the song was so big that the international world, which should tell you the influence of the international world is so powerful, the international press, because when I went to every single media house or did an interview with anybody from The View to Regis and Kelly to 106 and Park and all of these shows, I was saying soca. When they're trying to say to me, oh, you're such a big reggae artist, you're from Jamaica, I'm like, no, this is soca music that I'm singing.
And I'm not from Jamaica.
And I'm not from Jamaica.
Let's get that
so
straight.
It became, he's the king of soca. And that's how they started labeling me in the press. Okay. Because of that. Because I was pushing soca. I was the one out there internationally saying soca, soca. When a lot of the other artists before me didn't have that opportunity because the way that their song crossed into the international market was being done over by international artists. That was a situation that happened a lot of times, especially for that genre of music in the Caribbean. So we never got any kind of proper foot in the door by somebody of the authentic culture who could, talk about it articulately and really express what our culture is about and really talk about our genre and style of music. Yeah.
Until you came around.
Yeah, well, I try my best to be as modest as possible about that.
Right, but people pin that on you.
Yeah,
it ain't your fault,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So what about other soca artists? Do you receive any kind of like, I don't want to say hate, resistance from any of your other soca
I'm
friends?
like Barry Salmon. I'm putting up a resistance to any resistance.
Love me some Barris.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I put up a resistance because there is resistance. You know, that happens. And, you know, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of side eyes and cut eyes and, you know, a lot of the twisting of things in the media the same way like everywhere else in the world where your words get twisted and put into something that, you know, you didn't put out there, but because of the way they edited it and put it out there to the press, it becomes something negative.
So is there a way to clean it up, or you just put up that resistance and just keep it pushing?
You know, I put up the resistance, but the truth always prevails. You know, that's just the fact of it. You know, people, you don't get the popularity for the truth. You get the popularity for the negativity.
Isn't that ridiculous, though?
Yeah, but, you know, the truth always prevails. And,
the truth
when the truth comes
right?
out, everybody is quiet. You know, you can hear a pin drop. But when they think they got you in the negativity, the whole place is in thunder and lightning and storm and tornado.
I can't with that. That just, I hate that.
Yeah, me too. But what you gonna do?
Right. So in the midst of all that, when you do experience drama and hate and stuff, who or what keeps you grounded?
My wife.
Wifey. Wifey is in the building. She's just not on camera, but she's in the building and she looks fabulous, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
So I
dressed her clothes and put on her makeup.
You did? You did?
Yeah, give me some props.
So, okay, now, this is where the conversation's about to get really good because you are married to a very powerful woman.
Yeah.
And I see that she's very accomplished and you are accomplished in your own right. Can you talk to the men right now about being in a relationship with a powerful woman?
So how I would answer the question is that, you know, no man is an island.
Right.
And people need people. One of the biggest mistakes that we as men make is that we try to be the macho man. We could do everything. We could handle everything by ourselves. And it's a recipe for your downfall because it's human nature. You need people to bounce things off of, people to help you with the things that you aren't strong with.
Right.
Now, I'm a creative, and I was fortunate to have a certain bit of humility about me that I gained because I was raised by pure women. You know, my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmothers who raised me. So I have a certain level of respect for women and appreciation. So when I had the opportunity to actually start working with my wife on a business level, it was not a problem for me because I always knew that I needed somebody who knew what I didn't and who had my back because, hey, I got your back, you know? They ain't got no ulterior motives because, hey, she in the same house with me, she cooked for me, she helped me with everything, you know, the bank account, everything, you know. She steals from me, she steals from herself, right? So, you know, that for me was very comfortable to do, especially in the beginning when we started working where I had issues with my past management. Now, it's not easy. You know, my wife is a very sophisticated woman. She's a very strong black woman, very take charge, take control. And
why, I don't mean to cut you off, but why does it seem like some men are afraid of that?
Well, you know, if you're accustomed to the thing where you want a woman who just look good and cook for you and take care of the kids, and then you have something that is like, oh, she can literally hold her own and do her own thing. Right. Like, it becomes kind of a ego thing. You know, it kind of messes with the ego. But you have to, and you know, as a man, it's kind of built in the DNA that you want to be the one that's taking charge and taking control. But for me, a part of taking charge and taking control is knowing when to relinquish charge and relinquish control and give it to somebody who can do it better. It doesn't mean that
are y'all listening, fellas?
Yeah.
Are y'all listening to this married man right here speak the truth? Go ahead, Kevin. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You know, it doesn't mean that you ain't still in charge.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you ain't still the leader and you ain't making good decisions.
Exactly.
It just means that you are a leader. You know, and leaders, a part of leading is knowing when to sit back and allow yourself to be led. It really helps. And, you know, my wife, I give her accolades. She's a doctor.
I just couldn't help that. So that was great.
She's a doctor of civil and architectural engineering. She specializes in green technology. She saw the potential in my business, and she is somewhat of a jack of all trades. Like, she can float from being someone who is almost like if they have an MBA to someone who is like a boss director of a music video or something like that. Like, she switches hats.
True definition of jack of all trades, right?
Yeah. So, you know, I saw those abilities in her, and I didn't have a problem with letting her explore her strengths and see
because you're secure in your manhood.
Exactly. You know, I have no problems with a woman being more wealthy than me or being able to take more of the responsibility than me, because you know what? It's not that I'm not responsible or taking responsibility, but she might be better at doing certain things that I'm not.
Right.
And in the realm of our current existence as human beings on this earth, we have something called time that we're fighting against. And there isn't time when you have goals to achieve for you to learn new things right there and slow down the process of getting to that goal.
Right.
You know, when you have people that can help you, you know, you pick up on the way. You let them do what they do, you watch, you learn, but you don't try to do it yourself.
Exactly.
You know, you learn to work with it and get there. Get the goal satisfied. And if there's a little time on the side for you to learn something more to add to your belt, you do that.
Right.
You know?
I can't wait until I find my husband and he talk about me like that. You must feel real good right now, wifey, right? That's awesome. That's how you're supposed to uplift your queen. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to play a little game.
Yeah.
Do you like games? Are you okay with a little game?
I mean, it depends on
you got to think about it. Okay, so we created a game called Petty or Mimosa. Not pedicures. Petty, Petty. So this beautiful glass here, you're going to pull a question. You're going to read it aloud. Either you want to be petty and answer it, or you can plead the fifth by downing your mimosa. You take your pick.
All right.
So, go ahead.
Let me warm myself up because I'm a little bit nervous. It's cold in here.
For another game of petty or mimosa.
Or mimosa. Petty or mimosa. All right, let's see. So just take a piece of paper, right?
Whichever there's a few in there.
Let me go down deep. Yeah. In the Caribbean, we could swim and dive and all that kind of stuff. So we don't afraid the depth. Let's see. Okay, so the magic first question is, if you can only listen to one for the rest of your life, what would it be? Byron Lee and the Dragonaires or Arrow? This question is very iffy down the middle there. Boy, let me put this piece of paper down. My hand is itching towards the mimosa.
So one gotta go.
But, you know, I think that because me, myself, authentically took my talents and my music straight to the top. And Arrow did the same thing. I'm leaning towards that. Because, you know, Hot, Hot, Hot is probably one of the only songs you can compare to the success of Turn Me On. And I'm a artist, and I appreciate originality. Arrow is original all the way. Arrow is an innovator in the genre of Caribbean music.
And not only
Soca,
that,
you know?
so many people made over Hot, Hot, Hot. So many. To white, to black, to
Spanish.
Everybody. There's a version in everybody's culture.
And that's what opened my mind to all the to all the remakes that I got. You know, Chris Brown requested one. Did that with Questions. And I got all the publishing on that record. You know, Cheat Codes before that requested to do a remake, and that made them so humongous right now. They did a remake of Turn Me On. It's like one of their biggest songs still. It's called Let Me Hold You, and I own the publishing on that.
Let Me Hold You?
Yeah. Well, you know, they didn't use Turn Me On again. They just used some different words from the song. And Chris Brown did a slight interpolation where he said, girl, I got a question for you. Can I get an answer? You know, let me hold you. Yeah. Yeah, so.
You're smart. You're a smart man.
Thanks to my woman, you know, because, I mean, she's my ultimate partner, and I get a lot of good examples from her in terms of just how to be smart in business.
Yeah.
You know, what is important, you know.
Because you can have all the success, all the talent in the world, but if you're not smart about business.
Exactly. You know, because there's a lot of people who are talented and very popular.
I'm broke.
You know, but very popular. You see them millions of followers and but very broke.
But got 8 roommates.
Yeah.
To make the rent.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I was scrolling through your Instagram. I went way back, and I saw a picture where I think you was wishing everybody a Merry Christmas from your home.
Oh.
And I think you took the picture from the attic.
Oh yeah.
And you can see the ground floor. I was like, goals. Goals. I saw the house. I saw the house. I did. You gotta take another one though. Right. The game's not over.
Oh, game's not over. All right. Okay. All right.
Let me find out you got decent toes. Okay. I don't see no corns on your toes.
You know, it's kind of a genetic thing. It runs in the genes.
I think I got a corn, one more corn than you do.
But you know, it's easier for that to happen to women, you know.
Let's not even.
They got issues with shoes. Those high heels.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Read it out loud. Okay. What does it say?
If you are, this is a tough one. Let me hold my mimosa kind of close here, boy. This one got me touching the mimosa now. If you are on a sinking boat with Marshall Montano and Bungie Garlin, you can only save one. Who are you saving? Let me just hold this mimosa tight while I think about the answer to this question. Right? Mimosa, you know, you pretty the mimosa.
You are on a sinking boat.
With Marshall Montano.
The boat ready to go down.
Yeah.
To sink.
Now here's the thing, right? Now,
Bungie.
No, hold on. Nobody asked if I could swim. Now you hear the question.
You from the Caribbean.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that nobody asked. So I could assume that I can't swim neither, and I'm sinking too, right?
Who gonna save you?
Who gonna save me? Isn't that?
Who gonna save you?
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Who's gonna save Kevin Lyttle? You talking about the deep ocean. But so, you know, I mean.
Do I smell a chug?
You know, I love these guys. These guys are great artists. They've really been a staple in the genre of soca music throughout the Caribbean, and they have basically upheld the genre in a way locally that I can't. You know, because my goals are different. You know, and where I've gotten to with my reach of my music, it's a different kind of argument for me. My thing is about the bottom line too. You know, this thing is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, so one more. Oh, wait, hold on. Did you actually answer the question? I don't even think you answered the question. You're not off the hook, bro. Either you're going to chug this mimosa or you going to answer that question. Yeah, there's staples in the soca community. Oh, don't give me that. Don't give me that. You got to answer the question.
You know, the last time I had to answer a question about these two artists, you know, it turned into
the same type of question?
No, similar. It end up in one bag of media fire in the Caribbean.
All right.
So it's a dangerous question for me.
It is.
See? But, you know, I would say that I would try to save them both. You know, whichever one is drowning quicker. So whoever is the better swimmer is going to have to wait a little longer in the water.
I'll give you some advice. If you're going to get on a boat with both of them, make sure they got on some life vests. All right. We're going to let you have that one.
Yeah, if I could get close to them to even talk to them, you know, it's all good.
It sounds like there's a lot more where that came from, but I'm going to let you slide, Kevin. I'm going to let you slide. Okay, one more.
All right. We're playing a game here, boy.
Petty or mimosa?
Petty or mimosa. That sounds like a song. Sound like a friend's song.
Do we need to go to the studio and make a hit? Because I got bars a little something.
Yeah, you throw down some bars? You got the look right now.
Write it out.
You got
it. Write it out, give me a beat. I probably can handle myself.
No, this question is funny. What's something you've done while you were drunk that you would never do sober?
Is he allowed to tell wifey?
I'm looking at her because I'm trying to figure out what I've done to her while
What have you
drunk.
done while drunk that you would never do sober?
That I would never do sober. Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of things sober that I you know, because I'm going to answer the question truthfully. I've done a lot more sober than I would do drunk. A lot worse things sober than I
That was the key word that he left out, worse.
You know, I'm worse.
It don't take no alcohol to get you acting like an alcoholic.
Man,
That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yo, I sing Turn Me On. You know, I'm lit all the time.
Super lit.
I'm lit all the time, you know. So, I mean, what haven't I done sober? Oh my God. I'm afraid to answer the question. I'm going to drink my mimosa.
Chug. You took 3 gulps. You babysitting that damn mimosa. But I'm going to let you rock, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you rock.
You trying to drunk me. That's what you trying to do.
That's right, drunk, yes.
Trying to get me drunk up in here, boy.
Yes. I mean, you come on the show, we drinking mimosas, you might as well get it popping, right?
My wife is there, you know. Be careful. You trying to get me drunk.
Wife could, we could all have a big party. Just kidding with you.
I was like that? I like LA, boy.
So where do you reside now?
I live in Miami.
You live in Florida, okay. Yeah. All right. Do you ever go back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
All the time.
Yeah? How often?
Probably like 2 to 3 times a year. You
Okay.
know, sometimes I you know, there for Carnival, of course.
When is Carnival in St. Vincent?
Carnival Vincent Mimosas, we call it Vinci, because you know, Vincentian people, you know, a lot of people can't say Vincentian. I don't know why, because it's
Vincentian.
Yeah, but a lot of people can't say it. So we also say Vinci, you know? So, you know, we call it Vinci Mas.
Okay.
Right? And Vinci Mas is held June to July.
June, okay, so it's coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we actually launch in May. So at the beginning of May, every year we launch the carnival and we start partying. Boy, we start partying. Right now,
I know. I'm from New York, so you know I know about Eastern Parkway. Oh, trust me. Trust me.
Yeah, so, you know, we have parties all over the island.
That's nice.
Throughout the 2 month and probably 2 weeks period, we have rural carnivals. So, you know, the other little towns on the island have their own little carnival. So you get the Juve experience at different times throughout.
You know, I've never done Juve.
Yeah?
Never done Juve.
You don't
I'm
know
too scared. Don't throw no powder at me. Don't do none of that.
But you throw powder at yourself all the time. You're all powdered up and made up and stuff like that.
This is true. Those are facts on top of facts.
One color ain't gonna kill you. One color all over. Mud. Let's do it.
That is too funny. So what projects can we expect from you coming up?
Well, right now I'm working on my new single, remix of my new single. The song is called Close to You, which is out right now. So all the diehard Kevin Lyttle fans will know of the record. It's on my Spotify, on my everything that has music. And I'm doing a remix with Safari and Jackway. So they just completed their vocals and we're sending it over to my boy Static.
So are you I don't mean to cut you, but wait, are you like the only soca artist that has crossed over to like R&B and, because I can't recall any other soca artists doing what you do.
I would say that, you know, to the R&B and the pop world, because, you know, it's kind of strange. Like, yo, I walk into the radio stations and like radio announcers, they tell me, yo, and pop stations, they be like, yo, Kevin Lyttle, yo, you a legend, yo. We look at you like how we look at Prince and Michael Jackson, because that record is one that we put back in rotation all the time. It comes on the rotation list every week. Yeah. You know, in the summer even more. You know, and then I meet artists, like big artists here in America, like, let's say like yesterday, I met The Game.
Oh yeah?
And he was like, when my boy, who's part of my management team, Moses, he introduces me to Game, Game is like, yo, come on, man. Yo, Kevin Lyttle, what's up, man? You know, Kevin Lyttle, a legend, man. Yo, I'm like, yo, hearing somebody like that call you a legend, like
That's
Game
what's up.
Game is a god in hip hop and rap.
He
you know
is.
what I'm saying?
Especially in LA too.
Yeah, in LA.
In his own city, acknowledging you.
Yo, and he a tower too. He a big guy. You know? So I'm kind of like nervous going up to him to say what's up. You know, and he's like, yo, come on, man. Yo, it's a legend, man.
That's
I'm
what's
like,
up.
yo, it makes you feel and know to an extent, you know, just how influential your works has been. And to hear that from the people, it really helps
awesome.
to know that, you know, I'm appreciated by these people. You know, I'm hearing all the pop records having the song of Turn Me On in them now. You know, shout out Craig Coleman at Atlantic Records, who was the A&R for the Kevin Lyttle project that made and believed in the project at Atlantic, made the record become what it is. And still today, you're hearing a lot of hints of it in a lot of big songs, you know, from Justin Bieber to
the song is
Ed
15
Sheeran
years old, right?
Yeah, you're hearing hints of the song everywhere.
Yeah.
You're hearing that.
And you get a check off of that every time you hear it?
Well, no.
Every time they use it?
They have to mess with more than 4 bars of my music for me to get a check.
Okay.
But, you know, it's still...
So they do 3.75.
something. But, you know, it still reminds people of Turn Me On. It's so much so to the point where Turn Me On was 25 million streams on Spotify. The song itself, 25 million streams last year. And then with all the revamping of it, the song jumped in 1 year to 125 million streams. And then, you know, you got the Chris Brown version, which I'm seeing a check from. The Chico's version, I'm seeing a check from. There's a Spanish version. There's a lot of versions and covers internationally.
I'm trying to see checks too.
Yeah, the song, you know, so I'm seeing checks off of 1 billion streams just on Spotify alone. You know? So the record has really been done well for me. You know, I went through a lot in the beginning as a young artist, coming from a small island in the Caribbean, watching America on TV, and then sitting in big Atlantic
in the middle
records,
of America.
doing $1 million deal, and only thing I knew was you have to get your publishing. I made sure that was covered, and today, you know, with all the 360 deals and all that stuff that's happening, I have won big time.
And you're continuing to win.
I'm continually winning.
Winning. And I want you to continue to win. So right about now, what do you want to toast to? We have to toast to something that's like, I could call a bunch of things, but I ain't going to call it. I'm going to let you call it. What do you want to toast to? What has been life-changing for you besides the Turn Me On record?
I mean, yo, you know, I want to toast to family and good friends.
All right. Family and good friends. Family holding you down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sure, yeah.
Toast to that.
Yeah.
All right. And before we wrap up, I got to ask every one of my guests this question.
Yeah.
You believe in God?
I believe in spirituality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you believe that there is something else controlling all of this?
Yeah.
I just labeled it God, but you can label it whatever. But you do acknowledge that there is.
Yeah, you know, I think too, when you say God, it's kind of sexist because there's goddess. So if you say God, you're saying that a man rules everything.
Touche.
You know,
touche.
I think God is more than man or woman or goddess or deity.
God could be an energy though.
Yeah.
It could be an androgynous energy.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the universe is such that, you know, there's an endless possibility of what that could be. The most important thing for me is to know that there is something greater than everything that exists, because everything that exists because of something else that we can't see nor understand.
Right. All right, and to wrap up, if there's anybody out there that's looking to break into the soca scene, give them one good piece of advice. Not the music business, the soca business. Because that's just completely different.
To be an artist in soca?
They want to be a soca artist in particular. They want to be big like you.
Be big like me, boy.
One tiny piece of advice.
You got to be yourself. I think the most important thing about becoming successful in anything is being yourself. because there's no more unique a product than you. Every single human being is created with a different mold, different DNA, different fingerprint, and that's your power.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by
You're
and
welcome.
getting your beautiful. Look at her working on that foot. I see you, boo.
Feels good too.
Did you see the little wig she gave me?
Yeah, I don't want to move.
Well, I wish you all the best on all your projects.
Yeah.
And keep blowing up. And if you feel like, sending me a check every, quarter.
Yeah.
That's I accept checks.
You come do back vocals to me every.
I got it. I can do it. I can do it.
Listen, let me sing. Let me get right next to you, close to you. Let me get right next to you, close to you. Listen, right, Shannon? Listen. Oh Lord, you got me mesmerized by the things you do. Slow down.
Why you stop?
I'm gonna go more. I can't stop tripping over you.
No, I just ruined your whole thing just now.
But no, all good. We're having fun. This is entertainment. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. And please stay tuned for more episodes of Pedis and Mimosas. I'm your host, Shannon Mack. Kevin Lyttle.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Great episode.
Yo, what's up? This is Kevin Lyttle. Yo, make sure you subscribe to Shannon Mack TV on YouTube because, hey, you don't want to miss no episode of Pedis and Mimosas.